Welcome back to another awesome workout. Today we're going to be doing some deep core training. So let's go ahead and lay on our side, resting your head on your arm, allowing your legs to bend at about a 45 to 90 degree angle, somewhere that's comfortable. Placing your hand on your side, you're going to take a deep breath in, allowing your lungs and ribs to expand, and then breathe all the air out of your lungs. This is just the diaphragmatic breathing from one side. We're really focusing on breathing into that hand, allowing that hand to rise up as we fill our lungs with air, and then allowing that hand to drop down as we exhale and those ribs come back down and together. Let's just take a few more deep breaths here. Good. Now you can go ahead and switch sides, just flipping over. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. So resting that head down on your arm, allowing those knees to bend, placing your hand on the top of your rib. You're going to inhale, allowing your lungs to fill with air, allowing that hand to rise up as those ribs push against that hand, and then exhale all the air out of your lungs, breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. Nice job. Taking a few more deep breaths here. Really breathing into that hand and then allowing it to fall back down to a resting position. Good. Now we're going to get up on all fours, so getting on your hands and knees. We're going to do some deep core contractions. So pushing those shoulders down away from your ears, you're going to exhale and pull that belly button to your backbone. Inhale and allow your stomach to drop down, belly button dropping to the floor, relaxing into a neutral state. And then as you exhale, again, pulling that belly button up as high as you can. Maybe even think about squeezing your backbone to your belly button so that you're getting a good contraction all the way around your core. Just going through these breaths, every exhale, you're contracting your core. Every inhale, you're relaxing your core. Let's do a few more here. Good. Now we're going to lay on our side again, and this time we're going to be on our elbow and our knees. So bending those knees at a 90-degree angle, keeping a straight line from your shoulders to your knees. You're going to pull that belly button to backbone, exhale, and lift yourself up as high as you can comfortably, really feeling that contraction in the side of your core. As you drop yourself back down to the floor, you're going to take your inhale. So using your breath to help you contract your core, you're going to exhale, pull belly button to backbone, and lift. Inhale, and relax those hips back down to the mat. Let's do a few more here, really focusing on your breath. Keep pulling that belly button to backbone, keep breathing. Nice job. Now we're going to switch and do the same thing on the other side. So getting on your elbow and on your knee, bending those knees at a 90-degree angle, keeping a straight line from your shoulders to those knees. Exhale, pull belly button to backbone, and lift those hips up in the air, getting a good contraction in the side of your core. Using your breath to help you engage your core, you're going to exhale, breathing out through your mouth, pulling belly button to backbone and lifting yourself up. And then inhale as you relax back down and controlling that movement back down to the floor. Let's do a few more here, really focusing on our breath and our core contraction. Nice job. Now we're going to lay on our back. You're going to do a dead bug hold. So let's start off by engaging our core, pulling belly button to backbone. You can rotate those hips back if it helps you to engage that core better. Pull those legs up into a tabletop position and hold those arms straight out in front of you. You're just going to breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth in a very controlled way while engaging your core. So make sure you're still pulling belly button to backbone. Make sure you're still pulling those ribs down towards your hips, and make sure you're still breathing. You're just holding this position, practicing this static movement or this non-movement exercise to help you engage your core and breathe. Holding it for about 10 more seconds here. Nice job. You can hug those knees into your chest for just a moment here. The next movement is a single leg scoop. So we're going to have our left leg or left foot planted on the floor. Engage your core. Lift that right leg in the air. You're going to bring it down, scoop it forward, lift it up. Kind of like you're scooping something up, trying to lift it into the air. Just going through the same motion. You're going to exhale as you extend that leg out. Inhale as you lift that leg up. So exhale to extend out, inhale to lift up. Nice job. Keep contracting your core. Keep pulling those ribs down towards your hips, pulling belly button to backbone. We've got a few more here on this side, and then we're going to switch. Nice job. Rest for a second here. We're going to do the exact same thing on the other side, doing the single leg scoops with our left leg. So go ahead and engage your core, belly button to backbone. Lift that left leg in the air, scoop it forward, and lift it up. Scoop it forward as you exhale, lift it up as you inhale. With every exhale, I want you to think about pulling those ribs down closer to your hips, pulling those hip bones together like you're trying to fasten them like a seatbelt, really using your breath to help you engage your core. Let's do a few more here on this side before we rest. Nice job. Rest for just a second here. The next movement is an alternating toe tap from the tabletop position. So let's go ahead and engage our core, pulling ribs down to hips. Lift those legs up into a tabletop position and drop one foot at a time, tapping the toe. As you exhale, inhale to lift. Exhale to drop the leg, tap the toe, inhale to lift, keeping your core engaged. If you find that this is too difficult or you can't keep your core engaged, then switch to marches. You can place your feet on the floor and just bring those legs up one at a time into the tabletop position, doing marches instead of toe taps. But do something that's going to push you and challenge you, but you can also do it with proper form. Let's do a few more here. Nice job. Let's go ahead and move to a chair or a couch or anything that you can sit on that's about knee height. You're going to sit to the edge of it, and we're going to do seated marches. So elongate your spine, really reaching through the crown of your head, making sure those ribs are stacked over your hips, and then one at a time, march those legs up and down, keeping those ribs down. You're going to exhale through your mouth as you bring that leg up. You're going to inhale as you lower it back down to the floor. So exhale to lift, inhale to lower. Exhale to lift, inhale to lower. Making sure you're still sitting as tall as you can. Really elongate that spine. Reach through the crown of your head. Keep those ribs stacked over your hips. We are almost there. Nice job. Rest for just a second here. We're going to do the same thing that we just did, except we're going to raise our arms overhead. You could also add a little bit of intensity to this by holding a weight over your head, which would force you to use your core more to help you to elongate your spine. So make sure that you're still reaching through the crown of your head. Reach through those fingertips now towards the ceiling, stacking those ribs over your hips as you do these marches. Exhale to lift, inhale to lower. Keep engaging your core. Make sure that those ribs stay stacked over those hips as you're moving those legs up and down. We've got a few more here. Keep focusing on your breathing and your core engagement. Nice job. We can move it back to our mat now. You're going to lay on your back. Next up, we have dead bug variations where we're doing toe taps instead of extending those legs all the way out. So getting into that dead bug position, we're just going to keep our knees bent, tapping those toes down like we did earlier with the toe taps, but this time we're adding that arm movement to make it a dead bug variation. So make sure you keep your core engaged, make sure you're breathing. You're going to exhale as you extend and drop those arms and legs. You're going to inhale as you bring them back up to the starting position, keeping your core engaged, belly button to backbone, ribs down. I know I keep repeating myself, but it is very important that you do these with good form. So let's just do a few more here before moving on to the next thing. Nice job. You can hug those knees into your chest for a moment here. The next movement are single leg raises. So we're going to keep our left foot on the floor, engage our core, belly button to backbone, ribs down, raising that right leg up. You're going to drop it down to the floor, keeping that leg straight, pointing through those toes, and lifting as you inhale. Exhale to drop, inhale to lift. Keep that core engaged. Use your breath to help you engage your core properly. We've got a few more here. Keep going before we switch to the other side. Nice job. Rest for just a second here. We're going to do the exact same thing on the other side. Go ahead and engage your core, ribs down, belly button to backbone, and then lift that left leg up to the sky, pointing through the toes. You're going to exhale to drop the leg, inhale to lift the leg. Exhale to drop, inhale to lift. As you exhale, think about allowing those ribs to drop down and together even more like they do during the diaphragmatic breathing that we do during the warm-ups. Keep moving, keep breathing, keep really squeezing belly button to backbone here. We've got a few more on this side before moving on to the next thing. Nice job. Rest for just a second here. We're going to do a dead bug hold variation where our arms and legs are going to be extended all the way up, really reaching through those toes and those fingertips. So engage your core, lift those legs to the sky, lift the arms up, pulling belly button to backbone and breathing. You could lift your head to make this more challenging like I'm doing here, or you can lower your head and rest it on the ground to make it a little bit less challenging on your rectus abdominis or your six-pack muscles. So it just depends on where you're at and what you can do. Again, I want you to push yourself, but I want you to still be able to do it with good form. Make sure you're still pulling belly button to backbone. Keep holding it. We've got just about 10 more seconds here. Make sure you're still breathing. Nice job. Go ahead and hug those knees into your chest. We're going to roll over onto our side, doing a side plank hold. So you can do this on your knees or you can raise up to your feet. Again, challenge yourself, but don't push yourself past the point where you can't do it with good form. You're going to exhale, engaging your core, lifting yourself up as high as you can, and just holding yourself in this position while breathing. So breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth, pulling those ribs down towards your hips, pulling belly button to backbone. You're just going to hold this for about 20 more seconds. Keep breathing, keep engaging your core. Nice job. Lift those hips a little bit higher for the last few seconds. and rest. Good. We're going to flip over to the other side and do the same thing on the opposite side. So on your elbow and your knees, or again going up to your feet. If you can do that, you're going to exhale, pulling belly button to backbone, lifting yourself in the air, and just holding this position as you breathe and keep your core engaged, pulling those ribs down towards your hips, breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. Good. Keep engaging that core. Keep pulling those ribs down. Keep pulling belly button to backbone. Lift those hips a little bit higher if you can for the last 10 seconds here. And rest. Nice job. We're going to go over to our hands and knees now. We're going to go into bear lifts. So remember how we did the deep core contractions in the beginning? It's going to be similar. So we're going to exhale, pulling belly button to backbone, and then once we pull our belly button to backbone, you're going to lift yourself up onto those toes and those hands, bringing those knees off the ground for a few seconds. Only for a few inches off the ground here. You're going to exhale, pulling belly button to backbone, lifting yourself up. Inhale, relax down to the ground. Just keep repeating this, holding yourself up for as long as you can exhale, and then lowering yourself back down and relaxing as you inhale. Keep going, just a few more here. Make sure you're still really engaging your core. Make sure you're still pulling that belly button back towards your backbone. Nice job. We're going to flip over onto our back again. For the last movement here, we've got diaphragmatic breathing. So go ahead and lay with your knees bent. Place your hands on your ribs. You're going to inhale, allowing your ribs and your lungs to expand outwards into your hands, and then exhale all the air out of your lungs, allowing those ribs to drop back down and together, fully emptying all the air out. Keep going through this, just taking deep breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth at your own pace. Good, we've got about 10 more seconds here. Keep breathing. Nice job. Go ahead and hug those knees into your chest and gently rock side to side, allowing yourself to stretch out and massage out that low back here. This workout is part of my 5-week core makeover series, so if you like this video, then make sure you check that series out on my TikTok at Megan the Trainer. Thanks for watching.